Hey guys, welcome back to the Wynonna Earp podcast. We're discussing season 2, episode 9, What You Said You'd Never Do. Let's handspring back into this episode.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah. Welcome back, guys. welcome. I love this song.
It's
Always
so
gets
good.
me going.
So good.
Our fearless leader, Carrie DeLane, could not be here with us, so I am filling in as a lead host, and I am joined by the lovely Yael. You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Plaster. Keep the conversation going. And Yael, where can they find you?
You can find me at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIL. And I am live in the chat with all of you. So hello. I see you all saying hi. But hi.
Yael is holding down the chat.
I got it.
Yes.
I got this.
What an episode.
Yes. There were moments where I was like, oh, I can't believe she didn't tell us.
I know.
Yeah.
We did get the feeling, for those of you who are just joining us for the first time, we did have the actress Tamara, who plays Rosita, on the episode last time. So if you guys are listening to the podcast and you haven't already seen it, please go back and listen to that episode. It was chock full of information and theories. And when the actress was here, we could feel that she was holding back so much.
And we were right. We both were like, maybe she's Revenant. And we were feeling it. And then it happened. It was so good.
Yeah. She did a really good job, you guys, of not letting us know. So I am very proud of her on that. I could tell she couldn't wait to let it out. But yeah, the episode opened up on a lot of really cool things, including Winona doing a pregnant back handspring or something to that effect.
Yes, I have questions. So I want to know, first of all, if that was legitimately Melanie doing. I don't know if she can do back handsprings. So
I don't know either, but I mean,
take it to the chat. Tell us, was that really her, or was that her stunt double?
I feel like this season of Wynonna Earp is just going down that actress's special skills list, because first we have her singing, then we have her in the cheerleader outfit, now she's doing
Oh, you mean Dom?
Oh, well, and now Dom, sorry.
Yeah.
Now I'm confusing the two of them, but I feel like they are letting both actors do what they're naturally good at, even more and more this season, just for fun. I wonder if
Melanie can do all those things pregnant.
Probably not.
I don't know.
It seems super unsafe.
You know, I was watching it. I was like, I wonder. I don't know much about pregnancy, but
how does it work?
I've never had no babies, but I was like, is the baby in there being like, what's happening? Why am I being jostled?
Yeah,
that's my thought as to how it is.
It feels wrong, but let's just all imagine it did happen.
Yeah.
I personally love that the episode focused so much on Waverly, especially spending time with somebody who wasn't Winona.
Yes. I really loved seeing Waverly and Rosita get to know each other. And kissing. I did enjoy that.
Yeah.
I was like, they're in bikinis. It's like Emily Andress loves us. I was like, oh, these ladies are attractive. Let's put them in bikinis.
It's like Emily Andress loves us.
Emily Andress does love us.
Shout out to Emily on that episode in its entirety. I really enjoyed getting to see Waverly do some other things that didn't circle around the planet that is Winona for a little bit. And, Nicole. I mean, I feel like I kind of want to tell Waverly to just get over it already, but I get it.
Well, I mean, so I think if I understood this correctly, she knows for a fact that she's not an Earp, because we had not seen her actually read the papers. But when she's talking to Rosita, she's like, I'm not an Earp. I read them. Yeah. But because we didn't see it, I don't want to believe it.
I kind of agree. It's kind of like when people die on a SyFy show, or show us the body. We don't really believe it. Yeah. But then I think the reason that we're not seeing the papers is because it does tell us who she is. Maybe they don't want to reveal.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know that it does tell us, unless it gave her a name. It was like, you match this person, and that's why she, at the end of the episode, thinks that she's half Revenant.
Yeah.
Is she knows that person was a Revenant.
I also thought, she kind of became a demon for a little bit at the beginning, at the end of season 1. Maybe that's why she feels Revenant-y. Maybe she just got possessed and she's not really a Revenant. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't love the idea of Waverly being. Because then how could she ever step foot on the ranch?
Well, because she's only half. That's my thought.
Really? Okay.
Well, so Laura in the chat says, if I recall my sister's pregnancy, balance can be an issue. It changes dramatically and changes every day. Yeah. So I don't know if that proves anything. But Fee in the chat says Waverly was showing her age a lot by lashing out. That's true. Her like temper tantrum was very much I'm a child kind of behavior. And we always forget that.
I think we do forget that.
Yeah.
We expect a lot of her because up until this point, we've kind of seen, especially in season 1, we've seen Winona be the child because she's had a hard life and she's acting out. And so we always think of Winona as the one that needs taken care of. And we forget that Waverly's actually quite a bit younger than everyone else.
Yeah, which is why this episode, you know, with her making dinner and worrying about the baby and like the future, I was like, wow, she's growing up.
Yeah.
Kind of being forced to.
Kind of being forced to. And it's interesting because I think that Winona could be a natural born leader if she just got it together a little bit.
Ooh, Aurora in the chat says, I think Waverly's half Revenant, half Angel. That would be awesome.
Oh.
I really like that idea.
So many overwhelming feelings on that. I love the idea that Waverly is kind of the good and the bad because she's so good. How could she be half Revenant for somebody who's so good? But then again, we finally get a Revenant that we like in Rosita.
Yep.
And I mean, we liked Bobo because he like was really charming on screen and everything, but we actually like Rosita.
Yeah.
She's a good person.
Well, I mean, we hear her story when she reveals like what it is that happened. That, you know, she was on a date with a guy that was not that Wyatt was not a fan of. That's how she ended up dead. She did nothing wrong, which I think is amazing. Maria in the chat says Bobo says in season 1 that Waverly had darkness in her. So,
but see, I agree with that. But I thought that was just because she was pretty much hanging out with Bobo when she was a kid, and Bobo was meant to protect her, and he had darkness all around him. I didn't know it was like inherently she was born with it.
Yeah. Sarah says Waves is a sleeper agent Revenant. I don't think that's how that works.
No, because even when she was possessed, even the demon said, like, this one's strong. She's fighting against me. She is goodness. She is goodness incarnate, people. I don't believe it.
I really like the half Revenant, half Angel theory.
I do
like,
too.
It doesn't make sense, but because we have nothing else to help make it reasonable, but I really like it.
But it is sci-fi, and we do have a dragon.
Yeah. That's
so
true.
Anything's possible.
Anything is possible. We have a doll who comes out of a picture in this episode.
Yep. Anything you want. Anything you want.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the scene where Winona has to figure out how to get Doc to give up his immortality ring?
Well, so the whole situation where they're being rude to each other during the dinner, and at the end when he's like,
it's very frustrating for you to watch.
Well, so she says like, I meant everything I said, and he says that maybe it was the doll/painting that made them say it out loud. And my thought was, you know, that makes sense to me because these are things they wouldn't have said to each other's faces. They would have, you know, knowing Winona, she would have like said it in a ruder, unclear way.
That's true.
So the fact that she just stated outright that she is the heir, she needs the ring, she's in charge.
I also wonder if Winona is not good at leading with persuasion. Mm-hmm. She's not gifted in the feminine arts of persuading. She tells you what to do.
Yeah, she's demanding.
So I think that when she has to persuade someone, I think it also kind of gives to her weakest ability, which is like being nice and sweet to get what you want. Like she's never really had to do that, and whenever she does, it doesn't really work out well for her, unless she seduces someone, which she's already done with Doc. So I wonder if she didn't just try a completely different way, knowing that sweetness wouldn't work for her. I don't know. It was an awkward scene for me, and I didn't like it. And also she didn't think that he would give it up so easily, and I kind of thought that he would.
Really?
Yeah, he cares about her.
Yeah, but after we've seen what happened in the well.
Yeah, she was a little spooked by that.
Yeah, but the fact that he wasn't willing to give it up to Bobo.
Yeah, but Bobo's not Winona.
I know, but that's why she thought
He's not in love with Bobo.
Well, if you've seen the pictures going around Twitter.
Okay.
No. Amy in the chat, sorry to go back to Waverly, but she says that the theory is that she is an Earp, but her mom was a Revenant, which explains Mama Earp's disappearance.
So you're saying, not Wyatt, obviously.
Right.
The current Earp sister's father.
Right. Cheated.
I was like, married,
No.
slept with
Cheated
a Revenant.
With a Revenant, yeah.
Oh, man.
So she could, I mean, that would make sense.
So, but then she's born just on like little Revenant farm over here, and then he brings her in? Like, how does that
Yeah, well, because
work?
the hospital, you know what I mean? Like, when in the diary, Willa says, like, she was brought home today and something doesn't feel right or something like that. I don't remember the exact quote.
That's true. That does leave a good clue. I mean, she's obviously something supernatural.
Right.
I just don't know that we know that it's half angel, half Revenant.
Well, I like the idea of it half Earp, half Revenant.
Yeah. It's very interesting to me that she's allowed on the ranch, though, and without feeling weird or...
Which is why...
She stayed. She wasn't even like Winona, like, I'm uncomfortable here. Like, she's comfortable in Purgatory.
Right.
It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. Maybe she can't leave the ghost triangle.
Oh.
Ghost river. I was like, it's a triangle of...
Oh,
yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, because
I like that theory.
Because she's a Revenant.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I enjoyed seeing a lot more of Rosita this episode.
Yes.
What was your favorite part of seeing Waverly go off with Rosita?
So, first, I really enjoyed them in bikinis. And then I also really enjoyed when they kissed.
Why did I ask?
Yeah, I don't know why you did. I liked when they kissed. And then I loved, well, actually, before all that, the top she was wearing in the first part of the episode, I was like, wow, that top is very flattering. So then the bikinis, then the kiss. And then I also really liked when she was like, it's kind of hard to get dead. Because she's a Revenant. She's like, I'm a Revenant. It's hard to get dead.
Yep.
And I was like, that's a great way to put it.
It's got to be hard for Rosita knowing that this girl, Winona, that you're trying to be friends with is eventually going to have to shoot you right in the face.
Right. So that scene at the end when she says to Waverly, you know, like, you know, could I get a head start before you tell her? And Waverly says, I'm not going to tell her because she thinks she's half Revenant also. But, like, I don't like that Waverly's keeping secrets.
I don't either.
And I think that...
Don't you think that Winona would be cool about it for, like, as long as she could?
Yes. I think that she would be able to be cool about it because when we... Remember the guy who stopped time? The Sandman guy? Mm-hmm. When she didn't want to have to kill him and Dolls was like, you kill demons. He did this. He's like, just let me live. And she's like, no. And she kills him. I think that she would not kill Rosita.
Rosita's not a current problem for her.
Right. And I think that the only time she'd have to kill her is when she's almost done breaking the curse and would have to do something.
Yeah, would have to round out the numbers, as it were.
Yes.
Yeah. She's got her eyes on other demons. Rosita's helpful.
Yeah, she saved Dolls. You know?
She's good with Jeremy more than most are.
She's good
Gotta
with
keep
Doc.
her around, guys. She's good at Doc.
Yeah, she and Doc are having a good time.
You know, she's actually one of the, gosh, I don't want to say few, but it was interesting to see another character have fluid sexuality on the show. Rosita.
Rosita?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just nice. I was like, oh, of course she is.
It was.
Of course she's fine with whatever.
I really liked that when they kissed, that her reaction wasn't like a, oh God, what are you doing? It was like you have a girlfriend.
Yes. And that was the only issue. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And understandably, dang it, Waverly. Maybe that's the Revenant coming out in her. I don't know. Well, speaking of different faces and everything, we both have Beth and Mercedes still without their faces, although hopefully we'll get to keep Mercedes.
Yeah, so when Tucker's explaining the whole situation of that his sisters aren't his sisters, that they took their faces, I was like, okay, first of all, that's gross. And second of all, Dolls stumbling upon those bodies, those faceless bodies, put them out of their misery.
Please.
Yeah, because they don't need to be alive, is what we discovered, right? Beth is out there with the Beth face, and real Beth died. Tucker said one of them's hanging on.
Yeah,
so they don't need them. Yeah, they don't need them alive.
Just sad.
Yeah.
And of course, apparently the third seal takes them to Nicole's house.
Yeah, what was that at the end?
I'm a little not happy with how much the show makes Nicole the victim over and over again. Like, I get it, she's the police woman who needs to be saved, but like, I would really like to see Nicole take, I don't know, not center stage. She's obviously not a main character. I understand that, but like, I always feel like something's always going to happen to Nicole.
I get what you're saying. She is a cop. I feel like as a cop, she should be better at taking care of herself and not being the victim. That said, I mean, I don't know that she's always the damsel in distress.
Yeah, I just feel like whenever she gets a big storyline, it's like, I don't know, not getting what she wants or something to that effect.
Heather in the chat says Nicole is leverage. So maybe it's not that they're going after her, but that they are going after her as a bait.
I mean, is there something that Nicole has that protects her from the widows? Because I don't think there is.
No, but like the way that that it played out was Mercedes' widow was looking for the third seal. And I'm going to guess, not to get all prediction-y, that it was on the homestead. So she can't go there, right? Because the ring is with Winona.
Right.
So to lure them out, she went and took Nicole.
I mean, that's always a surefire thing with the Earp sisters, is to take Nicole or Dolls.
Yes.
It's going to get you out of the woodwork. By the way, Dolls giving Rosita a gift card to the spa.
Oh, so cute.
So cringy.
I love when he's like, I'm not good at this. I was like, you're right. You're not. This is not good.
Words are hard for Dolls. I'm glad we're acknowledging that now. Because
feels are hard for Dolls.
Feels, yeah.
But I appreciate what he was like, can I stop coming here once a week? Because we've been wondering, like, is he fixed? Is he cured? Does he need to keep doing his injections like he did before? And then he's looking through her notebook. Yes.
I mean, yeah. I've never really enjoyed Dolls' boundary issues, but I am interested to see where his character goes next, for sure. And also, children and dolls are always creepy. Just saying, for that entire episode, there was a lot happening with the dolls. Not Dolls, the character.
Oh,
the little dolls.
So the creepy little doll.
The creepy
so
little
did
dolls.
you, first of all, when the Doc first walks into that store, did you recognize Bo, the Bo Smith who made the comics?
No!
Yeah, it was the man looking at the dolls when he walks in.
Oh, Bo!
It was Bo's cameo right there.
Oh, sweet Bo.
Yeah, looking so good.
Aw,
I like that they walk by each other. I was like, they work together on a comic book. Like, they're best friends.
So cute.
It was really adorable.
I feel like there was more behind the scenes. They must be done filming now, because I feel like there was more behind the scenes boomerangs and pictures and stuff on Twitter from the cast than I'd ever seen before this week. It was just a lot.
But back to the creepy dolls.
Yes.
I love when Winona shoots it and it's like, we already have a dolls. It's like, yeah, we do already have a dolls.
That's right. Winona gets the best lines sometimes. I feel like, it's so good.
Yeah.
I loved that we finally got Rosita an entire episode. I've been waiting for that for a long time. I was always interested in her when she first appeared, because she seemed like she was part of that's why I thought she was a Revenant. She always seemed like she was a part of a group that was going to get her in trouble one day. Yeah. Like part of a gang or like something like that.
Yeah, you totally called it. That when he wrote Protection, what he meant was from Winona.
Yeah.
And the truth is, I like that, when he was like, she's a friend of mine, you guys have to get along. She's having my baby. Yeah. And she was like, okay, because she's been avoiding her because she could be killed by her. You know? So it made sense as to why she wasn't.
It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a really creepy episode altogether, honestly.
Ooh. Lexi Rellis in the chat says, I don't like Rosita. How could you not? I didn't trust her. I've been saying since the beginning that I didn't trust her, and I even told Tamara that I don't trust Rosita. And now that I know she's a Revenant, it's not that that's what I didn't trust. I didn't trust that. I thought there was something much more sinister. The fact she's a Revenant, like, I trust her.
Yeah.
Now I trust her.
Also, I mean, I think it helped when we, Tamara said that she didn't know when she got hired that she was always going to be playing a Revenant. So she didn't always play it like she was because she didn't know. And I think that's always smart to do with actors, is if you don't want them to give away anything, to just kind of like let them play what they think they're playing for a little bit and let it change into something else.
Do you know if they told her that she had a secret?
I don't know. But I just remember on an article that I read somewhere that she definitely did not know that she was playing Revenant. It was something I read this week. But I was disappointed to see Waverly kiss Rosita just because she has a good relationship with Nicole. You know, like they're such a cute couple. They go everywhere together. They drink together. They cook together. They do everything. And just, I hope Waverly isn't messing up too much. Me.
I don't think that the kiss is gonna be an issue.
You think she's going to tell Nicole?
Oh, I think she's absolutely going to tell Nicole. I think Nicole's going to be mad. I think they're going to get over it because it was just a kiss and it was just like it wasn't that big of a kiss. It wasn't that big of a deal. I mean,
Be a big deal to me.
Really?
Yeah. No, not once. Nope. Nope.
See, I would suggest, solving the problem, but.
Yeah, solve the problem by not being with someone who's cheating on you anymore.
It's not cheating. It wasn't a cheating kiss.
No.
They were, okay.
Nope.
Have this discussion later.
Okay, we'll have this discussion later. Deal. Oh, man.
Yeah. I would like to take a moment, if I may.
Yes, absolutely.
To thank our sponsors.
Oh, please.
So we love this show and we love talking about it, and we do that because we get wonderful sponsors. So anyone who knows me knows that I take food very seriously.
I love food.
I'm a big eater. And by the time I'm done with lunch, I am always thinking about where I'm going for dinner and breakfast the next day. I actually was at a meal on Friday and was like, what are we doing for breakfast tomorrow? So I want to tell you all about Plated. Plated is the meal kit for people who love food. Each week they have 15 chef-designed recipes to choose from. And this week I'm going to check out the Malaysian fish curry. I'm a big curry person.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, it's super delicious. So not only does Plated do all the grocery shopping and send you the exact amount of each ingredient, they're sourcing quality ingredients. Artisanal mayo, they've got that. And it even comes in adorable little glass jars. This is going to sound weird.
Are you into miniature glass objects?
I'm into miniature things for my kitchen. I think it's so adorable. So discover your ideal dinner experience. Go to plated.com/buzz to get 50% off your first Plated box. That's 50% off for a limited time only. Terms apply. See plated.com/buzz for details. That's plated.com/buzz. PLATED.com/buzz. Like AfterBuzz. Yeah, so that's Plated. I'm a big eater, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Do you enjoy having your meals planned out ahead of time, or do you like to kind of fly by the seat of your pants and be like,
the truth is, if I don't have it ready for me, if I don't have the ingredients and everything set, then I'm never going to cook.
Ah, okay.
So I go to the store and buy exactly what is needed for that meal. Otherwise that meal will never be done and I'll just go out.
That makes sense.
So Plated is perfect for that because they send you exactly what you need.
Yeah, I like having all the ingredients in front of me. It makes it a lot easier because I'm kind of the opposite, where I'll just walk into the kitchen and be like, I wonder what's going to happen today. And then I'll be like halfway through making it, be like, crap, we need eggs. Well, guess I'm not eating today. And I just will give up. I won't plan it out very well.
Looks like you need plated.com/buzz.
I do. I need all the ingredients in front of me, you guys.
Let's get back to Winona Earp.
Let's get back into this Earp. Let's get back into this Earp discussion. I think it's very interesting that some of the fans out there don't like Rosita because I found her character to be kind of a jack of all trades.
I really appreciated that we got this whole, first of all, she was like, my family's gone. It was a long time ago, which should have been the first clue.
It was the first clue when she was like, it's been a while. She's never said an exact number. Yeah. And that's always been like, are you supernatural? What is going on there?
But then also when she was like, I have 2 PhDs and she's
had time to learn.
Yeah, she's a smart woman. She can do a lot of things. She's not just, the bartender. She saved dolls, and then she offered She offered, what did she offer Winona? She was like, drugs for the pregnancy.
Yeah.
For the giving birthness.
For whatever it is that happens when people give birth.
I love it. She's like, is it a natural birth? And she was like, that's where it comes out of.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I would have been like, huh? I don't know what you want.
Sounds awful.
Yeah.
Don't know. Have never given birth. Don't plan on it. But apparently Winona wasn't planning on it either. So if she can do it, guys, anybody can do it.
I think that's the message of this show.
That's the message of the show, is that everyone can get pregnant. No. I really enjoyed the creep factor of this episode and the dolls.
The dolls creeped you out more than Tucker?
Tucker's creepy. Dolls are creepy. I definitely find Tucker twice as creepy than anything else.
Yeah.
Because that's a real thing that exists in the world, whereas dolls coming to get you is not a real thing.
Right. Dolls coming out of a painting.
Yeah.
Not agent dolls. Agent dolls coming out of a painting to get me, I'm down.
Yeah. Fine with it. Fine.
Yeah. But Tucker, when we found the body, when we found the body, the like burnt body, and they were like, it's Tucker, I went, obviously it's not.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, we didn't see it happen. Obviously, it's not.
Yep. It seemed too good to be true.
I know.
It seems too good to be true.
Yeah. Marie in the chat, damn, he is creepy. Yes.
Yes, he is creepy. He's designed to be creepy, and it worked.
Ooh, a lot of people are talking about the cheating thing. This is going to sound weird, but I did not see that moment as cheating.
It was 100% cheating.
I saw that moment as they were drinking and Waverly was confused. Okay.
Nope. If you're dating me and you accidentally get confused and put your mouth on another person, we are not dating anymore. No.
Heather in the chat says, Waves thought Nicole was a control freak. But then there's Tucker, who is so much worse. Yeah.
Yeah, Tucker. Jeez.
When he showed up with all his frostbite, I was like, if he had a little black nose like a cat, I'd be so much more okay with him. If he had that the whole time, I'd have been like, oh, that little cutie, some shit.
Oh man, yeah, he would be much more likable if he was a cat.
Yeah, Sarah says Tucker is real life creepy, which is the creepiest.
Yeah, agreed. Because I mean, I feel like
he's a real person that exists in our world.
We were, not to get like a whole other discussion about this, but I was having a talk with somebody the other day at an event, and this guy was like, oh, I'm like, I don't like to make fun of people with OCD because that's a real disease that people actually struggle with. But he was like, oh yeah, I'm so OCD. I don't like it when people touch my things. I really don't like it when people touch me. And like me and this other girl were just kind of staring at him like, oh, okay, that's a bummer. Like, all right. And he kept going on and on about it. And he was like, yeah, don't you hate it when people touch you? And I was just like, I don't understand the question. I'm a girl. People always touch me. It doesn't matter. And he was like, oh, really? And I'm like, literally every day, people I do not want will touch my body. It doesn't matter if I want it. And that's why Tucker being creepy is the realest creepy, because this is something that actually happens to people. I don't want to say just girls, people everywhere.
Oh, yeah. When he was like, she was trying to corrupt you. Rosita was trying to corrupt you. I saw her kiss you. Like, that's a thing. That's a thing people believe. There are people like that.
Yeah.
That he believes that Waverly is his property and that he's going to buy her more modest skirts. And when Rosita was like, if she wants to show thigh, that is fine. I was like, yes, Rosita.
Yeah. I think that's what is so creepy about it, is that Tucker actually believes that, specifically, I think good girls like Waverly, not like unsavable girls like Winona, can be saved, can be subdued enough into being safe under his watch.
Right.
Whatever.
So creepy.
It is.
Everyone in the chat disagrees with me that it was cheating, so I will take my words back.
Yael was here for it, though. She was into it. Listen, I am fine with Doc doing whatever that he does, and it's just because I'm a fan of Doc, but I will admit that what he does sometimes is not great for other people. I just happen to be a fan of him, and I think you just happen to be a fan of Waverly.
Yeah, that could be it. Speaking of Doc and doing stuff, right? So Doc starts the episode with the blood on his face, and then it's like I tripped over something at the salt mines.
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know. I'm like, I don't like this cryptic talk. Let's get to the reveal.
Well, remember last episode he was fighting, somebody had marked him, and he was going to the salt flats to see about it. I don't know if we ever got...
Well, I feel like it's been a bunch of episodes of real real weird, shady stuff that, like, I want to get to the reveal. I'm not a patient person. Everyone knows this about me. Every time there's a secret, I'm like, just tell them.
Yeah.
So speaking of, Waverly better tell her about the kiss. And I think that this Rosita Revenant thing, I don't think
she will.
I think that Winona has to know about Rosita being a Revenant, because not only is Waverly keeping that secret now, but Doc has been keeping it from the beginning.
That doesn't surprise me.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me either, but she's gonna be pissed.
Do you think Winona's gonna be pissed?
Yeah.
Why?
I think she's gonna be pissed about whatever. I think she's gonna be angry about whatever this salt flats thing.
Oh, for sure.
Salt mines, whatever it is.
Because Doc could use backup for whatever just happened.
Right.
And he didn't ask for it. And not only did not ask for it, he didn't tell anyone.
Yep. So that, the Rosita thing, he's going to discover that Waverly's half not, half Revenant. He's not going to tell. Everyone's keeping secrets. I don't like secrets.
Yeah, understandable. I don't like secrets either. I don't like the reveal, or the not reveal of what Doc is up to and why no one can apparently help him. Mm-hmm. Don't like that at all.
I think when we have this situation where Winona talks to Doc about how the ring is not the key to his immortality, it's just keeping him from aging. And that now that she has it, he will continue to age at the same rate as everyone else. Like, that whole thing is a big, like, reminder to him that he isn't invincible. So he needs to ask for help and get back up.
So the ring, just to clarify, the ring wasn't immortality. It wasn't he dies 100 times and he always comes back. It just simply means he won't die from a natural health-related death.
Right. He just won't age.
He just won't age. So therefore he won't get cancer. He won't, like, lose his memory.
Yeah.
Nothing will deteriorate in his body, but he can still get shot.
Yep.
Yes? Okay.
Yes. I think that's what they were trying to say.
I feel like he's been shot before and, like, lived.
No, Doc would never get shot.
That's true, because he's a fast shooter, but
yeah,
I feel like
the best.
I feel like he's been hit before, but maybe that's the point, is he's a good fighter.
Yeah.
All right. I was just trying to think past, like, the last 2 seasons. I was like, hasn't he?
It might be that, well, we'll take it to the chat. It might be that he
did the boxing ring last season with dolls, but he didn't really, like, get killed.
I mean, he's been punched in the face a few times.
Yeah.
But I think that it might be that he
lost
like,
his hat.
Don't remind me. I think it might be that he heals faster because he doesn't age.
That's what I was trying to figure out, is if he's a super fast healer.
I mean, he's no Wolverine.
Yeah.
But it'd be so great if he was.
Like, I would have it, though. I would be into it.
Oh, I'd be so into it.
Super into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That scene where he's handing over the ring and he's on one knee and she's pregnant with the, what's the thing when you cook?
Can we talk about the fact that he got down on one knee to give that ring to her? Because I know that they have a baby together, maybe, possibly, but it is too early for that.
That's not what it was. I think that was just the, like, image, which, because she was dressed up. What's the stupid thing you put on when you're cooking?
Apron.
Thank you. Girl, I don't know. Like I said.
I'm here for you, girl.
If I don't really cook. Anyway, I can. I'm a great chef. But that's not the point. I don't wear aprons.
We don't need aprons anymore because we have more than one outfit.
That's fair.
They wore aprons back in the day because they had, like, 4 dresses and then, like, a Sunday dress. That's why they wore aprons.
Really?
Yes.
God, that's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't wear aprons. But when we have the shot of him on one knee giving her a ring and she's pregnant in an apron, I was like, I think this is supposed to be
the image of what
for
could
the
be.
image. Yeah, not that he was proposing. Also, I love, and this is really important, she, without the apron, what she was wearing was a see-through shirt and a bra. I love that even pregnant, that's what Winona's gonna wear.
Yeah.
A see-through shirt.
Well, I think it was more, I took it as it was more to persuade what she needed to persuade. But
it also felt very Winona.
It felt very Winona, but I also just don't think that she would wear something that see-through when your body is that, I don't want to say just swollen, just really uncomfortable. I don't think she felt sexy.
Oh, I think she put on a shirt and went, well, it's see-through when it's this stretched out.
Oh.
And went, I'm wearing it.
I'm wearing it. Okay.
Yeah, that feels like Winona.
That feels more like Winona, you're right, yeah.
I do that all the time.
Yeah, and you're like, we're just going to go with it. It's going to be fine.
Well, this is see-through today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it or love it.
Just to be clear, I'm not pregnant. It's not where I'm
Didn't
swollen.
think you were. We are both baby free.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't... that scene to me, when he gets down on one knee, felt like a moment that Winona got to experience, like, you could have this if you wanted it. And I think that she doesn't want it. I think she's going to push it away even more than ever now.
Well, she says to him, like, give me the ring. I'm not going to break it until we have a plan. You're going to be part of it. You'll be there. And he's like, promise. And so she promises. And I'm like, that's not going to happen. Something's going to happen and she's going to be forced to do it without him.
Do you think he'll feel it when the ring gets broken?
Yes. Oh, absolutely. I think he will feel pains he has not felt in a long time.
Yeah, it's kind of part of his body.
It's
kind of like a Horcrux situation, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Maybe we can find like a nice witch to give him longevity again. Is that too much to ask for?
See, my thought was...
Has Tim been cast in another thing?
No.
We need to look at the trades, you guys.
That's not my thought. My thought was Tim ages. Tim as a person ages.
Yeah.
So he kind of has to.
I mean, they could have waited a few more seasons to let him age. He doesn't look like he's aged that much to me at all. Not like
he hasn't.
Not like years.
No. He looks so
He's held
good.
up great, you guys. This is what we're concerned about on the show, is really just Tim's health and well-being.
And jobs.
And body and jobs. It's fine.
We're pretty concerned about everyone's body on this show.
Very concerned.
I spend a lot of time just pausing scenes to make sure.
Just to make sure they're all right.
Yeah.
You know?
Like when they were in the bikinis.
Like the beginning of season 2's Nicole Underboob.
Yeah.
We remember that.
Underboob.
Everything. I wonder what the personal trainer is like for this cast, because we should just take a moment and just thank them. Maybe the team. Maybe it's a person. I don't know. Feels like an angel has come down from heaven and blessed this cast, because Lord knows they are fantastic.
I think they blessed us with this cast.
You're right.
I feel blessed. Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
Okay.
Moving on. Do we have any other thoughts for this episode before we go into predictions, or?
I think I covered every giant exclamation point I wrote all over my notes.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me...
Oh, Tucker's dead, finally, at the end.
Finally. You know,
I was so good with that.
I just wanted him to be dead in my memory, so...
I put a bunch of stars next to it. I was very excited. I was like, yay!
Finally. Yeah. Ding dong, the evil witch is dead, whatever that song is.
You know, that's a really great actor, though, to make us hate him so much.
Yes.
I think that's something that, like, people don't appreciate about actors who play villains is... It takes an amazing performer to make us feel that much hatred. Because sometimes when someone's evil, they feel goofy and ingenuine. And he feels...
Or one note, yeah.
Yeah. And he feels evil.
Scary. I don't want to be near him.
Right.
Yeah.
He feels like somebody I would see on the street, and it would make me very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I would cross the street if I saw him. Yeah, for sure.
Unless he had the little black nose like a cat from his frostbite.
And was just holding up his little paws.
Yes.
Yep, okay.
I'd be all about it.
So if you ever want to confuse Yael, just dress up as a cat. It would be the perfect Trojan horse. She will never suspect it.
Yep.
Heard. I'm probably guilty as well. I also love cats. Yeah, I think that was really the biggest takeaway for me this episode was, 1, Waverly cheated. 2, we got a Rosita backstory, which I've been waiting for. And 3, Doc was going to give up the ring.
Yeah.
Doc.
I caught 2 of the 3 of those. One of them just, I didn't even catch it.
Yeah, you were there for it. You were super there for it.
I was there for it.
Yeah, clocked in. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for the takeaways for me this episode. Shall we go into predictions?
Absolutely.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Oh, we got pink lights today.
We did.
I like pink.
My prediction is that Nicole, this is not the last of the danger that we will be seeing for Nicole. I know that she is just leverage, but I am concerned about Nicole going forward. I don't know if something's going to happen to her family or her home or what. I do not feel good about it. I do not feel good about Rosita. I am concerned for her health.
Yeah.
I do not know how long she will be with us, but I don't think I don't think Winona has any reason to kill her unless she becomes a problem, and yet I'm just not sure.
Okay. Everyone stay calm while I say these next words, because everyone's going to be upset. But I'm just saying, if Nicole were to not make it through this season, stay calm. I think it would really like throw the show in a totally, crazy direction, and it would be a really risky move, and it would move things forward. And I definitely am fully aware of the trope and the situation. I'm fully aware, but I think that it would never happen. I'm gonna be real honest. Knowing this writing team and this show, it'll never happen. But it really raises the stakes, and makes Waverly feel terrible about the cheating.
I think Waverly will feel terrible about the cheating regardless, because Waverly.
Yeah.
I don't see them killing off. I think Nicole is safe. I think she's a safe character.
Fee in the chat says, I could see Nicole dying and being resurrected. I would be so cool with that. I mean, it would be terrible, but so good.
How would we do that, though?
It's a supernatural show. Doesn't really matter.
Like Revenant resurrected? Oh, if she's a Revenant, I'll be so sad.
I don't think you can. Can we add to Revenants?
Can we add?
I don't think so.
Can we add?
I don't think you can add to Revenants. No.
Okay.
Everyone's gonna hate me. So,
we're continuing.
No, I'm done.
Okay.
I'm done.
Okay.
I take it back. I think it would actually really ruin the show. But it would really raise the stakes.
It would make Waverly a stronger character, but we don't need Waverly to be a stronger character. She's already a great character.
Yeah, we don't need it. I just think that a death of a major cast member that we love, it doesn't have to be Nicole. It shouldn't be Nicole, but like a death of a major cast member would absolutely raise the stakes, because we haven't.
Well, we had Willa get killed.
Yeah, but we already thought she was dead. Like, that's the thing.
We weren't attached. You're right.
Yeah. So people keep saying the blacksmith is coming back.
I would love the blacksmith to come back. Let's have that, please. We need a good healer on the show.
And we have Nedley's in the next episode being attacked by Mercedes' widow.
I am warming up to the idea of Nedley.
I feel like he's replacing JC. Because JC was like the shows up, helps out a bit, disappears, even though he's not allowed to interfere. And I feel like Nedley would replace that character. And I'd be okay with it because I like Nedley better.
Yeah, I do. Carlo, just
and if
goodbye.
Nedley gets killed, like, that doesn't really
Nedley,
affect anybody.
To me, felt like a character that was put on the show to get killed.
I agree,
putting it out
but
there.
I think that it wouldn't, like, bummer is what it would be.
Oh,
yeah,
we wouldn't care.
But Jeremy
he's growing on me.
Oh,
Jeremy. I didn't think Jeremy would last past the episode that he was on. You did. You called it. I was like, why is he still running around with them? Like, as soon as she got out of the lab the day that Jeremy appeared, I was like, why is he here?
You know, I really want Jeremy to make his move with Doc.
It's not going to be reciprocated.
I know, but I want to see him make a move. I want him to grow backbone, not too much backbone, but backbone. And I want Jeremy to make his move. I think
Jeremy inherently knows it's not reciprocated, and that's why he's not going to make a move.
Fee has a prediction that I also had, was that Clutie Demon will take over Nedley's body. I like that.
Aww.
But Laura says if Nedley is killed, then Nicole can become sheriff in season 3. These are great predictions.
Those are great predictions.
I'm stealing them.
Those
are mine.
I think Nicole becoming sheriff is in the future, but but how soon?
Yeah. I mean, they have been foreshadowing Nedley's death with him being like, you know, when you take over one day. Melanie says, I think Nedley dies next episode.
Nicole taking over as sheriff feels very early to me. It feels like the town doesn't need a stronger sheriff. She is a strong person to put in that role. It feels like kind of at the end of season 1 when the whole town is drinking that poison from the champagne. They needed a strong sheriff. Like we need like a town crisis like that to have Nicole walk into and save the day.
I left says, I think Nicole's leverage and the seal is what they want, but Winona will tell Waverly no. Yeah, I could see that happening for sure.
Yeah.
Took me a second to read that person's
name.
Yeah.
Winona's interesting because you don't really ever know what she's going to do.
Yeah.
Just like you said, like, I think she's going to be super pissed off. I'm like, I could see that. Or I could see her being like, oh, bummer, dude. And then just, like, keeping her around as long as possible. Like, I could see both so clearly.
Yeah.
The reluctant hero strikes again.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much. Those were really, really great theories. And I cannot wait for the next episode.
You know what's really great is when any of these theories come true, I'm going to claim the predictions as my own.
Yes,
That's going to be really fun when I go, I said that! Because I said it out loud.
Where can they find you on social media to keep up with you?
Everyone can find me on social media at Yael Tygiel. That's YAELTYGIL. And if you love Wynonna Earp, check out the Wynonna Earp shirts on redbubble.com/people/OTTs. That's OTTEES. If you love other sci-fi shows, Dark Matter, the after show is coming up right after this, and we will be doing Killjoys tomorrow night. So keep an eye on Twitter for that.
Yes, you guys can keep up with me on Twitter and Instagram at Amber Plaster. That is Plaster like on the wall, because that's my name. And the other show that I'm on here at AfterBuzz TV is a podcast, as well as you can watch live on YouTube, is Game of Thrones on Sundays. So I will be the chat maester. So if you're into Game of Thrones, come and join me. That'll be today at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.